Hello, happy Halloween to you. Welcome to Big Red Journeys. I'm your host, Big Red, and on today's journey, we're back here at LEGOLAND California doing a little bit of a fall update. I got some big news for you. We're going to talk about the new land and ride that's happening here. We have a name, yes we do. It's also Halloween time, so we're going to go walk around, check out some of the decor, and of course, other big construction news going on, so you don't want to miss it. So if you care to follow me on this journey, let's go. And here we are back at LEGOLAND California on a unfortunate little bit of a wet Sunday. This is the first Sunday of the Halloween season, Brick or Treat, here at LEGOLAND California. I actually was here yesterday for Brick or Treat, the first night of it. I expect a video of that as well too, if it's not already out by the time this video is out. But I also wanted to do a update video because there has been some new things that have happened, new announcements, a little construction update video with regards to the new ride and all that good stuff. So I wanted to do a quick little video recapping that all and maybe try some of the special Halloween food that's going on right now. So we're making our way. First, the big announcement is going to be all about the new ride, and I got some really big news to share with you on that. Look at this, they got a new scrim happening over here. Wow, okay, really with the theming of what's going on here. So it's going to be more of like alien space galaxy. That's really the theming I think that's going to happen with the new ride. Oh, they even have some peeky holes here. Let's see. Oh, it's a little dark. You can't really tell, but there is some Lego sets in there too. Legoland Galaxy. So I don't think they're really doing anything that has to do with the ride itself per se, but you can kind of see a little bit. The glare is really bad. Oh, there we go. That's better. Okay, that's cool. Well, here we are, as we always do, on top of Duplo Hill. We get a nice aerial view of the construction area right now happening with the new Spaceland. So we'll zoom in a little bit here. You can see that the showroom area, for the most part, its outer shell is completely done for the most part. It needs to be painted, of course, and decorated and themed out, but it's solid structure now. So obviously any construction on the inside, we're not going to be able to see. And I did hear that the track and cars are here physically in the parking lot at Legoland, and they should be being laid relatively soon if they're not already being laid down in the construction of the showroom. So that's pretty nice. You can see right here there is the earth mover, little bulldozer happening. That's pretty much right in front of where the spinning ride's going to be. Very familiar, very similar to the ride that's the ride that's at SeaWorld, where you're kind of like on a little spaceship and spin around and everything. That's what's going to likely be here. There's also going to be a little playground area, Duplo space area, a little bit further back. We'll try to see if we can get a better view of that area, but that will be one of the last things built, because that obviously requires for the theming and for the dirt and for the land and concrete to be built prior to them really doing a lot of the installations. And then right in front you can see the duct work and everything right about here. That's probably where the main entrance to the queue for the showroom is going to be. There'll probably be some outside queue as well too. But yeah, lots of construction happening. Very cool. But we do have a name for the new space ride, Galactic Coaster. So recently, actually just the other day, in Florida, when they did their Brick or Treat event, Julie Estrada, who's the director of public relations for Merlin North America, was there present and giving the media and whatnot a little bit of a tip about what's going on with the two rides. The rides are going to be sister rides, very similar to each other, the one that's in Florida and the one that's here, part of a $90 million project, the most expensive, most technologically advanced, biggest investment that Merlin has done in a very, very long time. So the name, Galactic Coaster, the theming behind it is going to be very much immersive, very strong on the theming. You're going to feel like you're flying through space. That's the main point of the ride. Even we have some good looks at what the ride vehicle looks like as well too. Can't tell for sure exactly if it's going to be a spinning ride or if it's going to be just a straight more of a traditional coaster. There's not going to be any drops, no inversions. This is going to be a family-friendly ride with a little bit of an extra thrill. So medium to high thrill, enough that all the family can enjoy. Obviously there will be a minimum height requirement and so forth, but it looks pretty cool. Guests are going to be soaring through an uncharted galaxy with a very immersive storyline. This is going to be a launch coaster, so my guess is there's going to be a launch at the beginning of the ride as you're launching into space. That would be the best thing. But I did find some images online about what the ride vehicle is going to look like, and I'll put it up here on the channel. And as you can see with it, it seems to be that it's going to be 4 across, the seater 4 across. So is it going to be just one ride vehicle and it's that's the whole ride itself is just one ride vehicle, or is it going to be part of a larger train of vehicles, like a more traditional roller coaster? Who knows? Based upon the pictures here, I'm thinking it's just going to be single rocket ships of up to 4 people per rocket ship. Simple restraints, looks like it's just going to be a simple lap bar to protect you. So again, that kind of decreases the chance of really high thrills, just moderate thrills. And it's pretty cool. Lego rocket ship. There's like guns and blasters and whatnot. I'm hoping that there's some sort of interactive element as well too. Like maybe you're like a mission, like you're on a crew on a mission, and you actually get to press buttons and do things at certain points. And like pilot, press the red button, like kind of like how they do with Smuggler's Run in Disneyland. I'm hoping it's something similar to that. That'd be really cool. My guess, and this is just strictly just from what I've gathered so far, obviously there's people here who know what the ride look is going to be like, but I have a feeling that this is going to be kind of a combination or Legoland's answer to 2 specific rides. If you know of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, that is a ride in which you get launched into space and it spins as it goes. Now, I don't know if this is going to have a spinning element to it. I would love for it to have a spinning element, but if it doesn't, if you know about it, it does a lot of showroom. It really involves a lot of graphics and visuals up in the ceiling, so when you're looking left, there's something over there. When you're looking right, there's something over there. It tells a story and it really makes you feel like you're flying. So, or Space Mountain, which is a more traditional tube roller coaster. You just feel like you're going fast, and you do a couple banks, you do a couple loops, a little dip or so, but nothing too crazy, no inversions. So I have a feeling it's Legoland's version of one of those 2 particular rides, a combination of the 2. Who knows? As we get more information, obviously I'll share with you. But hey everybody, Future Big Red here. I want to take a moment because I'm actually editing the video that you're watching right now, and something actually just recently got posted by Legoland's Instagram, showing some inside footage of the track in the showroom building and essentially what the layout of the ride looks like so far. A little sneak peek about it. Pretty cool, so I'm going to insert it right now so you can check it out. Very excited about that one, but definitely based upon at least what I'm seeing right there, is definitely going to have more of like a pretty good thrill, but nothing too crazy. Definitely more on that Space Mountain-esque kind of vibe to it. But either way, very excited, so check it out right now. And we also do have a name for the area in which the ride itself is going to be hosted. It's actually going to be called Legoland Spaceport 886. It's ode to an old buggy set from back in the day, space size. So they're giving a little homage to the old set, which is really cool. Regardless, I'm excited because this is an adventure for Legoland to go beyond the traditional age range that Legoland's demographic tends to be. This is going to be something that's going to be for slightly older kids to enjoy, and even beyond that. So when you get those too cool for school teenagers that think Legoland's for babies, well, maybe they'll see this ride and be like, that's a pretty cool ride. And I myself am looking forward to it. But one other big news that has not been announced at all is the possible retheme of Urban Kitchen. Now, Urban Kitchen right now is under construction. Well, I should say it's being barricaded by the walls on the right-hand side that we'll take a look at. But if you look at some of the images that Legoland presented, the whole area looks like it's being reimagined to fit the theming of the new Spaceland. So it makes sense that they obviously make that into a space restaurant. Maybe they'll do some really cool things, like if you're a fan of Docking Bay 7 at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, they do things where they incorporate like vegetables and noodles and certain different type of exotic ingredients to make it feel spacey and alien-y and everything like that. I would love to see something like that happen over here. I think that would be really cool. As you exit with any good ride, there's going to be a themed retail shop, something like, Orbit Outpost or Outer Space Outpost or Outer Space Outfit or something along those lines. Catchy. I'm sure it'll have lots of Lego Space Galaxy sets, space uniforms, and fun stuff for you to have. I'm sure there'll be a couple main characters or 2 within the ride or the Spaceland that they'll have a stuffy of. Who knows? And I'm just really glad that Legoland is taking this investment to really add something like this, and it's really going to help with the longevity of the demographics staying within Legoland and not aging out of it. And hopefully this is just the start of something newer, because I've been hearing rumblings and grumblings and rumors about potential expansions, a second park, who knows, maybe another ride happening pretty soon. Lots to be you know, lots in the blue sky area right now at this moment, and I will share with them once I get a little more concrete of what's happening with some of these rumors. If you look through here, they have completely gutted the inside. Wow, okay, so I think that confirms our suspicions here about the restaurant. Yeah, you can see the whole, oh wow. And I bet you that's gonna be the retail store right over there. That's probably the retail spacing, I would have to imagine. For the Halloween season right now, they have a couple add-ons. Right now, the good new driving school is now called the Driving Ghouls. And they rethemed it for Halloween. As you can see, they put a lot of spider webbing around. They're playing spooky Halloween-y style music. And I heard they even have a specialty driver's license that you can pick up while you're here. And sure enough, yes, the driver's license, you can actually pick up a specialty Halloween version while it's currently driving Ghouls. That is really cool. And here it is, you can hear they're playing Thriller right now, so I'm going to talk over it so I don't get copyrighted on it. But you can see they're playing the spooky music. They got the spider webs all around. They're pretty cool. While we're passing through Funtown, you'll notice we're right in front of the water park sign. So currently, right now, as it stands, the water park is still going to remain open only on weekends until the end of October. But the Chima water park is closed now. It's completely closed for the moment. So right now, the Legoland water park is the only water park you can enjoy. Again, certain hours, only on the weekends, now until the end of October. Walking through Pirate Shores, because related to the water park, there are two rides in this area. One particularly is related to the water park. Pirate Reef is the one ride in which you can access through the water park, or if you're here at the park itself, you can access through. Well, right now it is only going to remain open during the days in which the water park is open. So just the weekends until the end of October. Then it's going to be done and closed for the rest of the season. But right now, Splash Battle, which is the ride that you can only access if you have a admission to Legoland proper, is closed for the season, completely done. So you can still ride Pirate Reef if you want, but again, only for a couple more weeks. So I finally got some confirmation about it after a few trips of coming here. So the restrooms that were next to the Pirate Shores, heading your way up into the submarine quest, it's still restrooms. They're just rebuilding them. Apparently there was a lot of issues that they've been having with plumbing and everything, so they finally got tired of always having to repair, redo something. So they finally said, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to demolish the whole thing, redo it, and make it even nicer. So yeah, this whole construction going on right now, just restrooms, which is really nice. And you can see it's coming along pretty well. We're probably still a few months away from it being open. Again, this is being built up from the ground up. But yeah, we'll have some restrooms back here, hopefully next year. Also, if you are enjoying this video, please do me a big favor. Give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Tell your friends about it. Have them join on our many journeys that we do here. Having a great time. Your support means the whole world to me, and I just want to see the channel grow so we can do even more bigger and better journeys to share with you guys here on the channel. And of course, help me get to 5K subscribers, because I will be doing a 5K giveaway once we reach 5,000 subscribers. So the sooner we get there, the sooner we can start giving away some items to you guys. So anyways, give a like on the video, subscribe, and share with your friends, and I would truly, truly appreciate that. Right now, of course, as you walk through all of Legoland, you're going to see Halloween decorations, lots of spiders, lots of spider webs, pumpkins around, jack-o'-lanterns, because of course we are in the beginning of the Halloween season. Now, one thing to keep in mind for the Halloween season is that it's included with your admission. There's nothing special except for Brick or Treat days. If you're a pass holder, unless you are an elite pass holder, you actually have to pay for the Saturdays and Sundays of Brick or Treat days, which I believe start about $24 in additional if you want to go. I myself, I'm an elite pass holder, so it's included with my passes, but if I had anybody else who wanted to go, I either have to buy a single day admission ticket for them, or if they have a pass, pay a little extra upgrade for it. But a lot of the decorations, some of the festive seasonal foods, some of the characters and shows are available for the Halloween. They're not specially specific to Brick or Treat. Now, when it comes to things like Trick or Treating, the Monster Rock Off, some of the certain characters, some of the other live performance shows, those are specific to just Brick or Treat. So that's kind of one of the things you're missing out on. Again, no trick or treating on normal Halloween days, which is every day until the end of Halloween. But Brick or Treat days, there is trick or treating that you can do and see and have fun with, and that is included with your admission for Brick or Treat days. Again, if you purchase a single day admission ticket for that, or if you have an elite pass, or upgrade yourself for a one-day admission. Like I said, I think it starts at $24 for regular pass holders. During the Halloween time, my favorite right here, the Dragon Coaster, is rethemed into a funky self as the Disco Dragon Coaster. Not necessarily just for Brick or Treat days, is available all throughout the Halloween season. So much fun, because you know how this ride is a half dark ride, half coaster. So the dark ride portion of it, they put some funky disco beats into it. There's spider webbing and so forth. And then of course the coaster portion of it is all the same. But then of course, when you go into the queue, you got all the cool decorations. You got the cheesecloth spider webs. You got a Lego bat there. So cool, and you can kind of hear a little bit of the disco beat happening right now with this ride. So we are gonna go on it. For the Halloween season, right now, the Great 4D Monster Chase is here for your viewing pleasure. It happens throughout the whole time of Halloween, not just for Brick or Treat, the whole thing. So it's definitely a cool, fun, little spooky, family-friendly, spooky 4D movie. It's pretty cool. And they run the show like every 20 minutes or so. So you can catch one, no problem. Exciting news, at least I think is exciting. Lego, not officially, but they've announced, because if you look at their calendar of events happening in the foreseeable future, Ninjago Weekends is going to be back. No dates have been announced whatsoever, nothing specific about information, but at least it's returning. Last year it took a hiatus, but with the new RWS management now taking care of all the entertainment for Legoland, they're bringing back Ninjago Weekends. So very excited. Usually the Ninjago Weekends roll around the same time roughly when like Lunar New Year happens, right? So we're expected to be like in February, late January, February, sometime in there. Usually it's only for usually on the weekends for a few weeks, but very excited. They'll usually have like local taiko drum act bands come over here, maybe some martial artists as well too. Of course, all the guys from Ninjago, Kai, and all them are going to be here. So very excited, and sometimes they also have some specialty foods here at the wing truck that's over there, really nice. So excited that it's at least back for this year. Hey everybody, Future Big Red here. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about something that just came across my desk recently that I felt was very important to talk about here, especially during this video, talking about the updates coming up at Legoland California. This one is specifically with regards to entertainment at Legoland California, so I really wanted to talk about it. Again, I can't really speak with regards to Florida or any of the international locations, just specifically about Legoland California. There's some things I have that are facts, things that have been presented, that we know for sure what's going on. And then kind of the second half that we'll talk about is really going to be, what does it all mean? My thoughts, opinions, and even kind of like hypothesis and educated guesses towards what, again, this all means going forward. So first of all, let's talk about some of the facts. Facts. One is, an email was recently sent out to RWS contracted employees regarding the holiday offerings at Legoland California for the upcoming Christmas holiday season. The email was sent again to RWS employees by RWS saying that, and I quote from the email, "Due to circumstances beyond our control, Merlin Entertainments and Legoland California Resort have made the decision to not move forward with any holiday performance offerings through RWS Global this season. In light of this, we will not be moving forward with contracts for these programs." That goes further into some like contact information, or if you should have questions as an employee of RWS, and a little bit more information. And then again, quote again, We truly appreciate your continued talent and dedication, and we look forward to working with you in 2026. So that is something that was sent out a couple weeks ago per this recording of this video. And I wanted to talk about it a little bit further after I did a little bit further research and looking into it. And I was able to verify that this email was sent out to employees by several sources. So we know that this did happen. If you may remember from a previous video of mine from a few months ago, talking about entertainment, that Legoland Merlin Entertainment did a rather large layoff, specifically of entertainment folks from both Florida and California resorts. Later, it was revealed that RWS was going to be the one that was going to be taking over entertainment duties for both parks. Employees who were let go because of that, essentially, if they wanted to still be part of entertainment at the parks, would have to essentially audition and hopefully be hired by RWS Global to then be a part of the upcoming shows and holiday and seasonal offerings that both parks would have. So from what I understand, the entertainment at the parks are kind of divided up into two main categories. We have those are like the core group that's going to include people who are like the actual Lego characters, those who dress up. Then we have the groups that work at the hotels, such as like they have the little shows there. Those are going to be part of the core Legoland entertainment group, for lack of a better term. Then you have all of those who fall under the RWS category, which are going to be like the dancers, the singers, the larger shows. When you're thinking about like the Jingle Jamboree and the Monster Rock Off that we had recently, those are going to be the guys that fall under that umbrella of being RWS employees. You do have a third subcategory, but it doesn't really apply for this situation, but that would be like guys like that are part of the brass bands, the musical bands. Those are independent contractors that aren't really affected by this whole thing here, so they work directly with the park. So that's a different side category. So let's talk about everything here and what it really means for both the park presently and the future, whether short-term or long-term future of Legoland California. And a lot of this is going to be based upon my own knowledge of the park, as well as just my educated guesses, kind of like my own conjecture of what's 1 + 1. So we'll see what possibly does happen again in the future, but this is what I think could possibly be the case. So first, for the holiday season, I think, and by holiday season I mean obviously the Christmas season is going to be starting up here in about a few weeks. That runs usually between mid-late November till usually the turn of the new year. I think the entertainment offerings for holidays were going to be limited and or changed from previous year's offerings. Mainly now that we know that Legoland is not going to be taking RWS's contracted employees to be part of the group here. Legoland, to keep up with all the entertainment that they normally have offered, are going to have to hire and train their own employees. Hopefully they can do it. I know some of the people who work in the entertainment department, and they're very strong, very educated people. So I have a feeling that I think they could make it happen. It's going to be an uphill battle, but I think they can make it happen. It's more of kind of like, do we have enough time to actually make it happen? But very doable. So essentially now it's up to Legoland to fill in the missing gap that now that RWS is not there to fill that part up. So things like the dance parties, the big Jingle Jamboree, they're going to require again to hire and train new employees, and or maybe bring back some older employees who are still on the Legoland payroll or can work back, and hopefully expedite the process. Things like the meet and greets, like I said, with Legoland characters, meet Lego Santa, the elves, things of that nature, the mid-marching band, that would not really be affected. Those are probably going to be a part of the whole thing to begin with, including Once Upon a Brick as well. That won't be affected, so I anticipate those to be back in full effect, in full swing, no problem. So as long as Legoland can hire the people that they need to, we probably won't see much of a big interruption. But if there is some hiring issues or whatnot, then I could see us cutting a couple corners, removing a couple pieces, than like in previous years. You just got to take a look at my 2024 video when I did the holidays there and see all the entertainment offerings they did for that year. Hopefully we'll get all that back and then some, but we may potentially see one or two missing or be gone because of the whole shakeup here. So then second part is staffing. What are we going to do for future seasons? What's going to be the future of entertainment at Legoland California? Will RWS be a part of Legoland California? Quite in the email, if you look back again at the email, it did say that it specifically just addressed the holiday season upcoming, nothing about the future, and it did say hoping to work with you in 2026. Now that could be a just a good, goodbye, good salutation, or it could be fingers crossed, hopeful potential for upcoming years. I do know we have the return of Ninjago weekends coming up for Legoland. Well, of course, the Lego Festival has been promised to be bigger and better than ever, and that should be coming up around springtime. So there's still a lot to be looking forward to just in the next 6 months or so at Legoland California. But will RWS be a part of that? I personally am thinking that this is probably the end of the partnership with RWS and Legoland California specifically, not necessarily all the other Legolands, because I know RWS is very active with, I think, Windsor Legoland and Florida Legoland, so I think there'll still be a part of them there. But here in California, I don't think so. Reason being is because Legoland California has always had a pretty strong management. They've been able to manage themselves very well with entertainment. The people who work there have been very well. They've been able to perform great shows. A lot of entertainment folk there love their job, and I think they manage it very well. So I was actually even concerned or confused as to why they even hired RWS to begin with. I heard it was a cost-cutting measure, but I don't know if that necessarily was the case. Maybe they tried this great experiment and it didn't work. So they're just saying, yeah, it didn't work for us, so we're going to have to forego our contract and, say goodbye and shake hands and go bye-bye. I'm sure there'll be some legal ease that has to be done there. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of contractual obligations that need to be fulfilled, lawsuits, who knows. I'm not a lawyer, nor do I claim to be one, so I'm going to let smarter heads talk about that or deal with that in courts, because I'm not going to talk about that. But here, when it comes to the future of RWS and Legoland California, I think Legoland will potentially take over entertainment duties again 100%, perform their shows like they've always done, hire the people that they need to, and take it from there. They've always done a pretty good job, so I don't see why they can't continue doing it, so forth. One thing that really concerns me more than anything else, and this is not just relegated to just Legoland California. I'm talking about all the theme parks in general. In recent times, we've seen many places have cuts in entertainment, left and right, offerings being thrown away at theme parks and amusement parks. All you gotta do is take a look around at the House of Mouse at Disneyland. Since post-COVID, entertainment has been cut left, right. Marvel Avengers Campus, you see entertainment there being cut to the point that it's no fun anymore. You see shows being there for a brief period of time and never coming back. Characters, there's less characters from what I've gathered. And that's just not just there. Then you have other places like Knott's Berry Farm having entertainment cut there. You have places like SeaWorld. SeaWorld, I've talked about SeaWorld many times in my video, entertainment being cut there. Even the San Diego Zoo has had entertainment cut drastically in recent times. When I went to Halloween this year, there was entertainment that was there previous years and being a staple of Halloween, not being a part of it anymore. Interesting. So, and it's all in cost-cutting measures. I mean, I know we're all not doing great. Economy, it goes up and down, and that's for political science 101. But it's not looking good for people who want more than just rides at places like this. So, and then of course you even have places like Sesame Place, who went to a seasonal schedule out of the blue. So it's more of a what's going on question mark in the whole grand scheme of entertainment theme parks that's concerned me more than anything, even in the small microcosm of Legoland California. It's part of a bigger picture. So I'm hoping that this is not a sign of a bigger thing happening. I hope that this is a case of they just want to take entertainment back and make it better, and not a case of we want to take entertainment back and save even more money because we were spending too much money with RWS. Who knows? But again, entertainment as a industry around has really been hit hard recently, punched left and right, and I'm a little concerned about that. As someone who really loves entertainment, both shows, characters, you know how I love my characters, it concerns me for the future of entertainments and theme parks. It really does. So also with regards to the employees, you know, those who were affected by this whole contracts not being picked up, you know, they're essentially their employment is in question now at this point. Are they going to have work post Christmas time? Are they going to have to go back to work for another company, for another theme park? You know, I do feel for these people. My heart goes to them. And it's never easy to be laid off or told that, you know, you got your hours cut. I've been in that situation where I've been let go, laid off, downsized, call it what you will. And, you know, this is not the best time in the world to happen either. Right before the holidays come up, you got vacations. You have, obviously, Christmas presents to buy, dinners that you got to go to, things of that nature. Holidays are expensive are an expensive time to not be employed, right? So I do respect that RWS and Legoland came to this agreement or this decision well in advance, about a month ahead's time before the season was to start. So it does give these employees a little bit of extra time to try to find work or try to figure out what to do with their situations. So I at least respect them for doing it that way, giving as much time as possible. Unlike some other theme parks, Sesame Place, which only gave a couple days, you know, notice. Which is very unfortunate. So RWS and Merlin at least did right by giving at least a certain amount of good notice. But hopefully, I hope that both companies can do right by the employees. Maybe they can find them work in other programs, other theme parks, other amusement parks. Bring them back on. Legoland can bring back some of these RWS guys as Legoland employees again. RWS can bring their guys to work at other places that need dancers and singers or whatnot. Hopefully that's the case. Knock on wood for everybody. But yeah, so that's really the news of what's happened. Hopefully this all turns out to be in the good in the long run. Short term, it's a little scary, I will admit, but let's hope that cooler heads prevail and we have optimism on the other side of this tunnel. So looking forward to what the holiday brings. You know, I will definitely be there for the whole holiday offering. Make sure to stay around for my video during the holidays that I'll be checking out Legoland, of course, for a winter update later down the road as well too. But anyways, back to the original video that you were watching. So you may see right here the big shop right behind me. Definitely has a little bit of a different look to it, and that's because we're building a whole new store here. Yes, a new store is happening up here. Hopefully it'll be opening in the fall, winter of this year, but it's gonna be just the new Lego shop. It's not gonna be the big shop anymore. It's now called the new Lego shop. So, you know, it loses a little bit of the kitchen, but I'm gonna put some photos of what they expected. This is all artist rendering of what the new shop's gonna look like. But first, before we get into that, they do have a temporary shop in the Imagination Zone area called the Little Big Shop, where you can still purchase some good items. You know, it's obviously like 1/5, 1/6 the size of the real shop, but you can still do some shopping over there. And of course, all the other stores around Legoland are open. But this is going to be completely redone and hopefully opening in the fall, winter of this year. So a couple of the big call outs so far for this one, reimagining. We'll take a look at some of the pictures I'm going to put on the screen here. We got things like the mosaic maker. So you may be familiar with this, where you take a picture, upload it, and they actually build a mosaic out of Legos that you can take home. And I don't know if it's pre-assembled or you have to build it or whatever the case is, but that sounds like a really cool. So they're going to have one of those there that you can do. They're going to have a minifigure. They already have a minifigure factory where you can do really extra detailed personalization of the minifigure. Really make it like you, right? Which is really cool. The big centerpiece in the middle is called the Tree of Discovery. That's going to be the big new focal point of the store. And then there's you know, overall it's a new look, a new modern design. It's really going to be a bigger take version of like some of the more traditional Lego stores that you see like at the mall, or if you go to downtown Disney, they have the Lego store there. So unfortunately, you know, with it, like, I want to see new things and coolness, but I do love the kitschiness and the, you know, the big shop. The name of the big shop was always little. It was just fun to play on words. But this is going to have more of that modern, slightly sterile look to it. I'm going to hold judgment. I expect good things out of it. But anyways, this store is gone for the moment, but there is the Little Big Shop. So we're actually going to go up that way right now to the Imagination Zone and check it out and see what it looks like. And yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. It just says Little Big Shop and everything. They even put the big sign over here. Look at this. The Big Shop. That is so cool. I like this. So if you are familiar, this is where they also have like the space thing and everything. Currently right now, the yellow room creative workshop and the blue room creative workshop are closed to obviously house the little shop. So we'll go in here real quick. You can see it's actually a pretty good size amount of things here. They got the Ninjagos, they got Lego City, they got the classics, they got the Duplo. Creator obviously is not going to be to the same extent as the main shop is, but hey, it still covers a pretty good amount. Got Ferrari stuff, racing things, Speed, Super Mario, Minecraft, Technic. They got quite a few array here. But yeah, definitely probably not even like 1/5 of what the shop normally would host. But I am definitely looking forward to the new shop when it opens, because it does look really, really cool. Also, if you haven't heard, I am officially an affiliate partner of Getaway Today. Wonderful travel company. They help you get the best discount and rates for all your travel needs. Southern California resorts, Disneyland, Legoland, SeaWorld, Walt Disney World, Universal Studios, you name it, they'll help you get on, even cruises. So now that I'm an affiliate partner, I actually have a discount code to give you. Let them know that Big Red sent you, or you can use the link that I'm going to put in the video description below. You can save $10 just by mentioning me. That's it, free $10 right then and there. They make sure that they give you the best rates, let you know when are the best times to go in, and give you the personal concierge service that you need to have the best trip that you can have. So, and they are great people, love the whole Getaway team. So definitely give them a shout out, use them. And then if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help you as well too. While we're also here in the beginning area, there is going to be some stuff that's happening for the Halloween season. Of course, you do have Brick Beats are going to be doing their dance party for the Halloween time. That is included with your admission. Obviously, they're not going to do it right now because unfortunately the weather is bad, but that's usually the dance party they do towards the end of the night as the Kiss Goodnight. Over here, a main center point of Legoland is the new Halloween tree, which is absolutely amazing. Look at this. I know it took 5 master Lego builders 4,000 hours, and I think it's made out of like 600 and something odd thousands of pieces, and it looks absolutely amazing, like an old tree. His eyebrows move, his eyes move. There's hooting from the owls, the bats make squeaky sounds. They do light. You can see the jack-o'-lanterns are starting to light up right now. It is so cool. And even on the backside, there's a little Easter egg. If you go to the backside, look at that spider first of all. That's cool. But if you zoom in, you can see that they do have a little cemetery scene inside the tree. So cool. And I heard some spookiness going on because the Coast Cruise has transformed for the Halloween season. You can hear some spooky harpsichord music being played. Okay, now we're doing some other spooky music. And they do have some spider webs around on different Lego figures. And I do know that the model citizens that are working are also saying some funny Halloween jokes. And again, when it comes to the rides, the special overlay, the Driving Ghouls, Ghost Cruise, I should say, and the Disco Dragon Coaster are available throughout the entirety of the Halloween season, not just on Brick or Treat days. Well, let's also mention some of the upcoming holidays that are happening now. Obviously, we are in Halloween time, but shortly after Halloween, we're of course going to hit into the holidays. My favorite time of year, Christmas time. So holidays at Legoland will be on select dates starting November 22nd through January 4th. That is a free with admission, whether you have a pass or a single day ticket. It's not a specialty event, so don't worry about it. Unlike Brick or Treat, this one is entirety, but it is on select dates, mainly the weekends, but they will throw in a few extra days, usually like during the Christmas run of the week. They usually add in a few more days as well there too. You're gonna have things like Lego Santa Workshop, the Elf, holiday decor, specialty treats, foods around town, Once Upon a Brickmas, love that show. I love any of the Once Upon a Brick shows, I love those. But you have the Once Upon a Brickmas, you're gonna have the Mid Marching Band, and so much more happening during Christmas time. Also, we're gonna have on December 31st, Kids New Year's Eve. There's gonna be an early countdown to midnight. Usually just some fireworks happening. I think around like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, I'm not 100% sure, but it's an early New Year's Eve. If you have little ones here and want to stay up till quote unquote midnight, that's the best way to do it. We celebrate New York style here, I guess. There's usually some dance parties, a few specialty food items, characters, of course, Lego characters will be out and about, and the fireworks, which is the grand finale. Also, make sure to try to get those glasses. They have specially like 3D glasses that when the fireworks are out in the sky, they turn the little sparklets into Lego bricks. So cool, so cool. I've done it 1 year before, a couple years ago. It was really fun. And it's been announced already, Lego Festival will make a return in 2026. That was such a great time here with all the different areas that they had there. They had the Fortnite area, music area, and so forth. So they have announced that they're gonna bring it back. No real details about anything outside. It's just gonna be bigger and better than ever, so definitely looking forward to that event. It was a really fun time. Well, that's going to do it for our time here at LEGOLAND California. For a quick little fall update about what's going on in the park. Hope you had a great time. I did. Lots to be doing here. Halloween time is upon us. Soon it'll be Christmas, and then eventually it'll be repeating over again, and we'll be talking about summer before you know it. So, if you enjoyed this video, do me a big favor, give it a big thumbs up for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, you haven't done so already. And third, hit the notification bell. Take it one step further, follow me on social media at Big Red Journeys on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram for even more content. So for me to you, thank you, and then I'll see you on the next journey. And happy Halloween to you. Bye-bye now.